I think it's time we blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
On today's episode of Women Reaction React to Food War, Shokugeki no Soma, episode 65, Aim for Victory. Of course, today's episode has to deal with sweets. I'm literally stuck in this house, nowhere to go, and nothing but leftover dinner mints from restaurants that I haven't been to, God, in months. And I have to say, if my theory is correct after this episode, it's going to take an interesting twist. Now, last we left off, the rebels were in a complete and utter loss. All 9 possible judging points went to the elite, the top 10. But if we learned anything so far, this is definitely a marathon and not a sprint. And up next, we definitely have some heavy hitters: Yukihira, Aldini, and Megami. Yes, sweet Megami. In the beginning of the episode, we get another run-in with, the rebels versus the top 10. And again, we see how Momo is using that pet named as a, it's an insult. Okay, let's just get that down pat. Ishiki told us that she only calls, people she thinks are below her, those nicknames. So at this point, we know this, and she constantly calls basically everyone that. I honestly think she needs to be taken down a peg, but Megami has definitely an uphill battle. She's going against, the only pastry chef in the Elite 10, the top pastry chef, I think, at Totsuki altogether, in a category of apples. So it's basically a match made in hell, and like I said, it's an uphill struggle. Now, after everyone's said and done, picked up their ingredients and everything, we head to the battlefield, and we get this very interaction. This is where I get my theory. We see, and it's like a group huddle, something you'd see on a football field. Like, what is going on here? Well, you know what? As soon as we get into this battle, everything starts to come clear. They started working as a team. This is a team Shokugeki. Everyone is improving everything. Hey, before they even started, they're like, hey, I'm gonna do this. I want mine is gonna be sweet and savory and all that stuff. And oh no, mine's gonna be this and this. So here's my theory. I think, unfortunately, Megami is going to lose. I have a bad feeling she's going to lose. First of all, she's going against someone who's considered the best pastry chef. But what I think is going to happen, based on the little group huddle, I think she is setting up the other two to win. I think there's something in her dish, because they described each other's dish, how they're going to do it. There's something in her dish that's going to allow the other two's flavors to be more impactful, or something's going to happen. Just the way they described it, the way they did the huddle, the way that they're working together. I don't know. I could be completely fucking wrong, and this is just a theory though, but like I said, something feels like something's coming across, better. And like I said, they're doing amazing teamwork. Aldini is just cutting ginger like a fucking master. Yukihira is preparing meat like a badass. And before we know it, Megami is done. Although Momo beat her to it, and her dish looks fucking amazing. And it's this rose-infused apple tart, I believe. And it's what was it called? Queen's apple tart. Not only that, but she made literally a basket to carry it out of what the hell? Does this even exist in real life? Honestly, I started getting a little hungry. My favorite pie in the world is, if you can do it right, it's an apple pie. I fucking love apples. And I gotta say, this absolutely blows the judge away. Everyone can smell it. Everyone's getting fucking into it. Oh my God, they're just, foodgasm out the ass. Oh, a side note, during the battle, the announcer chick is very biased towards, Central and shit. She's getting really fucking annoying. I don't care how cute you think you are. Those are your classmates. So, let's be a little bit more respectful. All right. Don't be a bitch. All right. Anyways, so now it's up for Megami, and she makes something called I believe it's called a dorayaki, which is the guy made it sound like basically 2 pancakes. So basically it's 2 pancakes smushed together and then filled. And I think they said the filling was a white bean paste, the apples, some ginger. And we even see Megami do her skills in the actual dough itself for the pancake. There was something called basically emulsified butter, which I believe is a mixture of oil and water, or it's, I don't know, the way they described it was very weird, but basically even pro chefs can't even do this thing right. One wrong thing, one minuscule thing out of place, and it becomes, unusable. This is actually the shit she learned while she was working with Coach Shinomiya. Yes, we get a flashback into her training. Aldini worked with Gen. Obviously, Yukihira worked with Jirichiro. We have Arena working with Senzaemon. Well, who was going to help Megami out? Yes, it's the French chef that literally wanted to expel her back in the beginning of the fucking series. He taught her Beurre de Monte, which is obviously a French French cooking technique, and she was, able to fucking do it. So she has skills, but are those skills enough to pass, a top 10 member? Like I said, my theory is she's setting something up. She might go down, but I think the other two are definitely going to win. And I think it has to do something with that huddle and that teamwork and something they displayed earlier on. Anyways, they're almost done eating, and it looks like Momo's going to win, but Anne, the woman judge, notices there's still fight in Megami's eyes, and she goes, well, maybe one more bite, and she takes a bite and something else happens, and the other two judges take a bite and something else happens. So like they're just exploding with more foodgasms and fucking everything going wild. So what is the secret to Megami's dish? What else can be put into this dorayaki? What's gonna take it? Could she possibly win? Could my theory just be absolute fucking garbage? I don't know. Overall, I am digging this episode. I absolutely love, like I said, I love fucking apples so much, and it's great to see just such unique dishes. I mean, I don't know if they can be humanly made. Like, can you really make that Queen's apple tart? Like, is it humanly possible? Do rose petals actually taste that fucking good? Like, I don't know. Never had one. That's I'll buy $1 apple pie. Like, I'll buy that shit. Maybe a couple, $5 tops. That's a piece of pie, not a whole pie. Whole pie is way more expensive. Like, it's not that I don't have a refined palate. It's just there's literally nothing around me except basically diners and dives and, fast food. Anything I want, I have to make homemade, and I can't fucking do that shit. But is it even humanly possible to make that shit? Also, what is the secret to Megami's dish? We know that there is something going on. That last bite that literally thrilled all the judges. What is her secret? What else has she done? And is my theory correct? Is Megami planning something with, her utilizing her dish first? Why would you serve dessert first? It's just fucking weird. But like I said, my theory could be absolute garbage. Who knows? That's the great thing about this series. I have no clue what's going to happen. I have no clue who's going to win, but all I know is every one of these chefs is turning out shit that absolutely makes me mouth water. So with that being said, and another Shokugeki right around the corner, plus the results of this one, like I said, Megami's secret, what the fuck's going on? I honestly cannot wait for future episodes.